your live till after because there's a delay. People are probably listening to me right now and laughing at me, but that's okay.
Now says it's being live streamed.
I always forget to mute my live stream when I'm pulling it up here, so that's stupid. I gotta do that.
In defense, Jess, we have done live on Instagram for the last couple live ones we've done.
We have, but it doesn't work from Zoom. And my
So
problem with going live on Instagram is when I want to go publish it to Spotify and Apple and whatnot, the quality fucking sucks. Just like when you take like a live of a concert when you're there, live till after because there's a delay. See, told you.
Right there.
There it is. We're
But
live.
that but that's where I was looking for you at just recently, just now.
You were looking for me on Instagram? I will never go live on Instagram when we have guests, just so you know. It'll always be Zoom.
But isn't that how we've done our last two?
But we didn't have guests. They just joined us because they wanted to.
Oh, that's valid.
Okay. Anyway,
Hey, Jeremy, how's it going?
How's it going?
did you
Good.
guys officially meet?
Um, I believe so for maybe a hot minute.
I think yes, I think like high in a hallway kind of.
Well, Eric, Jeremy, Jeremy, Eric.
Yo.
Yep.
There's only one person watching right now, so we can let people pop in, or we could just say fuck them. They can catch it on the replay.
It's up to you guys, whatever.
I mean, now that
It's
you've
fine. I think we can get started. I just want to say we are Ska Talk with SKAgazine. You can watch this replay on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube. It'll be up on YouTube right away, unedited. If I put it on Spotify and Apple Podcast, I may edit some parts, depends on what's happening. So,
will you edit out the part where you just told everybody they could
of
fuck
course,
themselves?
I mean, yes, but I won't edit it out of YouTube. That's going to be there forever.
Okay,
I didn't say it like that.
kind of.
Anyway, my name's Jess. I'm here with my co-host Eric. Say hello,
Hello.
Eric.
Hello.
And we are here tonight with Jeremy Myers, who is the man behind This Is Not Croydon Fest. Welcome.
I, I believe my buddy Wes is the one that is watching the
Who
YouTube.
is?
My buddy Wes.
Wes who? Do we know Wes? Oh,
Wes
Jeff.
Bowser.
Welcome. See, Jeff agrees with me. Brian Pickard said he'll catch it on the replay. Who's Wes? Wes, like Weston?
No,
Oh.
no. Wes was the bass player in a band that I played in. We're coming up on 25. Is it 25? Yeah, 20 more than that, 26 years ago.
What
So,
band is that?
2000 Flushes.
Oh, I never heard of that one.
Yeah, we were on the Scarmageddon 3 comp on Moonsky Records.
Hmm. How many bands have you been in, Jeremy?
Uh, do we count those that haven't released records?
I guess. I
For
don't know.
sure.
I
Count
mean,
what you want.
if you count those, it's like five or six. If you count bands that have officially released stuff, it's three. Three? Yeah.
So, wait, what is it? It's Giving Chase. Is that it?
Yeah, Giving Chase, No 115, and 2000
Yeah.
Flushes are the three that
Okay.
have released music. And when I say released music, I mean like in a physical format, not a digital format.
I heard recently that you were in River City Rebels for
I
a bit.
toured with them once. Who told you
Yeah.
that?
I think Cody Freeman actually.
Yeah, I did a tour with them in Canada, and was sort of asked to join, if my memory serves correctly, but like it would have been just really a lot of driving for me, considering that, they practice in Vermont and I live in Pennsylvania. But no, I have a River City Rebels tattoo from that tour as well.
Do you?
Mhm.
Yep.
Interesting.
Guided,
So,
guided
have you
in
heard
Toronto.
Step in Razor Blades yet?
Yeah, I've listened to a little bit of it. I've been following Dan's new project a little bit on Instagram and stuff.
Cool. So we really did want to start by asking you to fill the listeners in. I know we talked about this in our last interview, but what is your history in the ska scene? Like you go way back. So where did
Yeah,
it start for
so
you?
well, it's because I'm ancient. It's not hard to go way back when you're over 50 years old. Um, no, for me, it started off. I mean, I was a big fan, going to shows, really my see like yeah. I mean, if you go way, way back, I mean, the first record that like really started it all for me was Operation Ivy, Op Ivy Energy.
Right.
I got super into that record mainly because it was all over the This Is Not the New Age Street Skate video soundtrack. And so like, just from watching that skate video and hearing that record, I didn't have a clue what ska was until, I heard that record or heard that, saw that video and dug through the soundtrack to see what band is this. From there, just like anything else, kind of dive in head first and find as much as you can. At the time it was, moon ska stuff, the Ballstones are huge, the, uh, a huge band for me when I was a senior through my senior year in high school. Myself and a couple of friends, they were like the band for us. Um, yeah, I mean, like when Scott Core, the Devil and More came out, like that was like a massive record for me. Um, More Noise and Other Disturbances was a good. I got into that record, but like there was something. I think there was a connection with ska core because of the covers on that record for me. And then of course when Don't Know How to Party came out, I don't think that thing left my car stereo for like at least 3 years. But like from that point on, I was like any band you could imagine. I was lucky where I grew up at a time where at least in this area in the Philadelphia, Trenton, Central Jersey, suburban Philly area, there was tons of places to go see shows. Besides the fact that you had all the places in the city, like the Troc, and then, as the church came up, there was also places that I went to, like City Gardens in Trenton. I mean, there's, weeks I would spend weeks, like 3, 4 days a week there during my senior year in high school. I remember one week I saw Biohazard open for Fishbone,
Oh wow.
and then like 3 days later I saw the Ballstones. In the same week, same club. So it was really easy to catch shows. I mean, I saw the Dance Hall Crashers there. I saw the Skunks there. I can't believe I never saw the New York Citizens there because they played there nonstop. I can't believe I never saw the Ramones there either because they played City Gardens a whole lot as well. So, but from that point, got really into ska. Ska started getting much more popular. Uh, 94 is when I graduated high school. So you going into 95, 96 is when you have like the third wave is like finally there, or I guess you could say, where you have, Carson Daly doing the scatter day.
Yeah.
I think that might have been like 97 or 98 when that happened, but like you could see the buildup coming, all the underground bands are, touring nonstop and we were driving everywhere to go see them. I mean, I drove to Pittsburgh to see Hepcat. I drove uh and Jess, you'll love this. I drove to DC to see the Ballstones my freshman year in college, and take a guess who opened for them. I can't hear you. You're muted.
I also forgot to record, so I'm going to start recording now. And if you didn't make the live stream, then you fucking missed out on the beginning.
There you go.
Sorry.
There you go.
It wasn't face to face.
It was face to face. It was a wax and face to face opening for the Ballstones at what used to be called the WUST, the West Hall in DC. But like, yeah, I mean, it was super into bands, but it wasn't just ska for me. I think it's a little bit different now, and it has been different. My generation. You go to shows and you'd see punk bands and hardcore bands next to ska bands or Christiancore bands and emo bands, and it was not a big deal. Like to see Biohazard open for Fishbone wasn't a big deal. That's something that was pretty prevalent. So uh, just kept on going to shows. Linked up with a buddy of mine who has come out to This Is Not Croydon Fest, a fair amount of times. My buddy James. We started doing a radio show on WEHR at Penn State. The Pablo and Dickie show is called. He's Pablo and I was Dickie. I don't know how we came up with the names, but it is kind of, I have a bunch of them recorded on cassettes underneath my desk here, actually.
Sounds like a drunk night.
Yeah, well, you weren't supposed to drink before you go on on the radio, so I'm not saying we did or didn't, but it was better when we didn't because then we could actually operate the machinery and or the turntables and the console and everything. But from that point on, like I stayed heavily involved in music at Penn State. I left the one radio station, went to another radio station immediately there, WKPS, and became the music director there. Started booking shows. Like I booked the Skunks did a small independent show at in State College at Penn State with the Skunks. Did one with Mephiskapheles, Spring Hill Jack, the Blue Meanies. It's just kind of snowballed as far as like getting more and more involved. Started a record label. The record label actually started my sophomore year. And my partner Eric, who is also Eric, Eric, he handles the sponsorships for This Is Not Croydon Fest. Eric was my partner. We started the label together. So just ran that out of our apartment right off campus. And that's here we are 30 next year will be 30 years ago that started and 130 some odd releases later. So yeah, I mean it's been a long weird road. I mean I'm in between there too. There's also bands that I played in and bands that I toured with. It's just I guess there's just so much to it that it's hard to kind of like I don't know. I can't necessarily I can focus on one thing, but like if you're asking for a larger picture, it's just we wouldn't have enough time or episodes to go through all that.
I'm assuming within, judging by your timeline, within a few years of you age-wise, and had a lot of the same experiences where the Boston's came from. They were, do you remember the Converse commercial?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
That was our introduction to Boston's. My friends one day were like, "Hey, that band from the Converse commercial is playing. You want to go see them?" And that was like our intro to the Boston's. And then I think back then, once you saw the Boston's, you never looked back. It opened up gateways to a whole different, side of music.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like a band like that that's so, you know, so heavily influenced by, traditional ska or the third wave ska, or excuse me, two-tone ska, second wave ska, and then of course, the hardcore scene that they grew up in. It's that was really a mirror of what the scene was. And, when you go to shows, the type of shows that were being booked, when you'd go to shows, the bands that you saw, the way the bands got together, got along.
Yeah.
It's not nearly like that, as much today. It's sort of like some bands wouldn't be caught dead playing with a ska band.
Yeah. I'd heard another interview and you kind of touched on back in the 90s, but back then, like every different subgenre, like they would band together and you would go to a show and you have ska bands, you would have hardcore bands, you would have punk bands, and they would all be on the same show. And that's how at least that's how I got introduced to a lot of various bands. Pre the internet, you would go and you'd be like, oh shit. Like,
I mean, that was the only way
oh,
got introduced to bands because the internet didn't exist.
yeah,
There was a punk show, whether and that was a loose term. It could be there's a punk band, hardcore band, ska band, whatever. But that's how you discovered new bands. I mean, I had never heard of Wax or I had never seen Face to Face before I went and saw the Boston's in DC. It's just kind of funny how all that works. But like now we have I don't know if I'd call it the advantage, but of course because of the internet, you don't have to do that as much. You could sit there all night and discover 100 new bands and never leave, your desk chair.
exactly. I
And that was
would
the original lineup of Face to Face, wasn't it? It had to be.
It had to have been since it was 1990. It was
I
either
never saw the original lineup.
would have been 95.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it
I
was.
was already with the band by the time I saw them.
Yeah, they I drove through a wicked snowstorm to see that too. That was a pretty crazy one. I
Hmm.
think it was either that or I remember driving through a snowstorm, went and saw Sick of It All open for Helmet. That was a pretty good one.
Nice. Nice.
I saw Helmet open for Guar once too.
That is
Did
awesome.
you know, fun fact, that one of the founding members of Guar is now in a ska band?
What band?
The Resignators out of
Oh,
Australia. His name's
Yeah.
Steve,
yeah, I've heard of
friend of
them.
mine.
He moved to Australia.
He did. He came from Richmond, Virginia, and now he's in Australia.
That's pretty wild.
Comes over here every year for Supernova, though.
That's a long flight, an expensive
Yeah.
flight. Come over for Supernova.
Hmm.
So the this is not Croydon has a special place in my heart because it was the first like ska trip I ever went on. I think it I'm trying to so this will be seven, right?
Yep.
Four, five. So
It was three that you went to first. It was, yeah.
are you sure? Or was
I'm
it four?
positive. It was the year with Jay Navarro and the Traders, Catbite, Monster Plug.
High
Pie
tasters.
It was the
tasters. That
year
would have
that
Yeah.
been
you were there and I
But
was there and we did not meet.
we
Remember?
did not mean,
Yeah.
but it was somehow I got wind of this and I was like, oh my God, look at all these bands. Like I live in Michigan. So I live so it was a little bit of a hike, and I'm like, I have not seen the pie tasters for who knows how long. I'm like, I am going to this thing. So I packed up my car and went. And I've gone, every year since then. It is definitely one of, if not the the favorite weekend of mine every year. Can you tell us a little bit about the history of it, how it started year one, and how it
Yeah,
got
I mean, year one was just when it was still called This is Croydon Fest.
Wait,
Um,
where did the name come from, Jeremy? And why does it have to do with your background?
because was doing a DJ show called This is Croydon, but I named it after the movie This is England, which you see the background I have. I didn't do that to be ironic. Movie's awesome, and it's got a great soundtrack too. Um, but that's where the name This is Croydon Fest came from. That I think it's kind of funny because whether it's the fellows from Famous Idea or like Radiohead Man or other UK bands, they always get confused when I reach out to them about booking because they're like, "Wait, is this in Croydon in the UK or is this in Croydon in the United States?" No, this is Croydon in the United States. But no, it started off as an event, a show, one day show at Neshaminy Creek Brewery. I had started it with some friends and worked at until 2019. Um, did the first year, sold it out. It was a lot of fun. I have that. I'm almost certain I have. Yeah, I have all those sets recorded.
Oh, wow.
I have actually a lot of This Is Not Croydon and This Is Croydon recorded. I actually have a record pretty much mixed, a compilation record mixed that I want to release sometime because that would actually fulfill way back in the day like Jumpstart release number I think two was supposed to be a live release of the Penn State Ska Fest. I didn't mention that, but I was the person
You
behind
mentioned it on the last interview, so
mentioned
see
on
if
the
I
last
can
one.
go
Yeah,
back and listen to that.
yeah, I was the main person behind the Penn State Ska Fest. I have I have DAT tapes of those, recordings as well. But I have a lot of the early This is Croydon sets. In fact, I think the only one out of the first 2 years, the only set out of the first 2 years I don't have recorded is the either Westbound Train or the West Kensingtons. I can't remember which one it is. But one day I'll get around to releasing that. If you're nice enough to me and you ask me, I'll send you the SoundCloud
Yeah,
link.
you
Like,
told me that 2 years ago,
yeah.
dude.
Well, you never asked me for the link, so I never sent it to
I'll
No,
play
you were just
nice
like, I'll
man.
send it to you, Jess.
you. Uh,
And then I forgot until you just said that again.
um, but yeah, so I mean, the idea just came up to do we were doing shows at Neshaminy Creek, and we had the Pie Tasters actually were played our first anniversary. Pie Tasters and Kill Lincoln both played the Neshaminy Creek's first anniversary. Um, So, we had booked other bands, like we had booked the Scofflaws, we had booked the Toasters, but we hadn't done a large, festival type show. And then we were just like, well, let's put this together and see what happens. And the first one sold out. Was super stoked. I mean, it was only 300 tickets, but it's still that was a really fun show. And kind of lit another fire under me to want to do more of the ska festival, since I had done them in the past. Not just shows, but an actual festival. So we did it the second year. Didn't do quite as well. I kind of blame on myself. I kind of felt like some of the booking on that was, maybe too many bands I wanted to see and not enough bands other people wanted to see. Not to say that all the bands are great, but if I book everything that I want to see, then no one shows up. I always say that to my friend Jackie, who handles hospitality too. I say, but Jackie, if I booked everything that I want or you want, no one shows up. We're going to be the happiest people at the festival, but no one else is going to show up. But that's really how it started. And then I left Neshaminy Creek in 2019. Um, Worked in Germany for a few years. Uh, just by random chance, when I came back one trip home, had a conversation with the fellas from Brooklyn Godwin and said, "Hey, what do you think about me doing a ska fest here?" And there was no intention of calling it "This Is Not Croydon Fest." Um, it wasn't even done in jest. It was just like, well, I didn't have any other names. And we're not in Croydon anymore. We're down the road in Bensalem. So let's call it This Is Not Croydon Fest. It's, it does jab a little bit, but like that wasn't the intention. And if anyone thinks so, then they're just not really paying attention, because I could care less about whether, maybe someday it moves back to Croydon. I don't know. Whether it'll stay in Bensalem forever, who knows? I just want to get through. I'm a little burnt out just from today. Today was, you know, getting the ticket links up, and then the first lineup announcement, and then dealing with some of the issues and trouble that we ran into later in the day. I'm already kind of spent for the day.
Well, we appreciate you coming on with us instead of trying to get to bed. So thank
No, that's all right. Yeah, plus it gives me an opportunity to drink this mango whiskey. So
you. Very nice.
Mango whiskey. What are you drinking, Eric?
Cheap wine. Listen, barefoot Moscato.
I have Celebration
Yes.
IPA. Just
oh
came
wow.
in.
That
My favorite winter beer.
Well, I remember my first year of going to This Is Not Croydon. There was a This Is Not Croydon beer. Have you thought about doing that again?
This is not Cream Fest Cream Ale. Wait, this is
it was
the
called
outline
it
for
was
later.
called This Is
Eric, you're
Not Croydon.
ruining my
Oh,
shit.
is it on there?
It
God
was
damn it, I had a plan for this. I'm
We
gonna
don't
be
follow
getting
the
it was
under the
called
outline.
This
roll.
Is yeah, it was called This Is Not Croydon Cream Ale. And
Yeah.
again, it was just I wanted to brew a beer for the festival, which we did. And it was a cream ale, and I just thought it kind of made sense because it was Croydon Cream Ale, which is a beer I brewed in the Chamonix Creek as well. And it wasn't Croydon Cream Ale, it was a slightly different recipe. And so that again, I think, I know some people got butthurt about that one. But it wasn't, again, done out of, it wasn't, there was no malicious or ill intent when I did it. It was just having fun. And I think sometimes, uh, in music and also in the beer industry, people can take themselves a little too seriously.
I'm taking this one over from here, Eric, since you stole my shit.
Oh, shoot. Shut up.
That was a good beer for a festival. It was really low alcohol. I remember doing fucking shotguns with Jay Navarro on the fucking patio. It was so much fun. He chickened out, I will say. If you're watching, Jay, sorry you did. Um,
The pie tasters want to do a gin.
yeah, we haven't had
Ooh.
this is not Croydon Fest inspired beer since then. So I thought a fun little participation thing with the people watching would be to tell me your best This Is Not Croydon Fest inspired beer name. And I'm gonna tell you mine first.
I'm down for so you guys do spirits now too, right? So is
Yeah.
gin a possibility?
Yeah. Gin would be a possibility, although that's probably something such high proof isn't probably an advisable spirit or liquid to maybe we could do a cocktail, like a mixed keg
Fair enough.
cocktail or
You
something.
know us ska fans,
Yeah.
we will embrace it with all of our hearts. And
I like another light beer would be, or lighter beer would be nice. Or maybe we'll do like an easy drinking IPA, nothing like super high ABV, but something that's got a ton of flavor.
What would you name that IPA, Eric, since you keep fucking railroading me here?
wow,
What's your name for a beer?
I don't know.
Oh, mine is Alone in a Can.
You know what? You already had this plan, so I feel like you railroaded me.
Well, that
You,
would be
I
appropriate for me.
did, but if you read the outline, you would be on board, Eric.
if you did the outline before 8:58, I may have read the whole outline.
If you
And
didn't take a nap.
impressed you guys even had an outline.
We always have an outline. We just don't usually follow it.
Alone in a Can is good.
Clearly, clearly.
So seriously, if you're watching, give us some beer names because
How many
maybe
people are
Jeremy will
watching
like
now?
one and maybe he'll make a beer.
How many people are watching now?
11,
Oh
which is
wow.
disappointing.
I'll take 11. That's 11 more
Yeah,
than I
that's
expected.
disappointing. I'm pissed.
Who wants to hear me talk about endless
I do.
bullshit?
I do. Jess, can I ask another
Jeff
random question?
Davidson seconds Alone in a Can, I think. Or he seconds you saying who wants to hear me talk about bullshit. He seconds something.
Oh, fine, Leonard. Can I ask a different question, or am I going to get yelled at, Jess?
I mean, just make sure you're not. That's the only one I really cared about, Eric.
Oh, shoot. I'm so
Benny Paul is in the chat. He said good beer. Good beer. Oh, he has a song called Good Year. That was good, Benny. I like that.
Oh, good beer. Can I use that one as mine?
Benny, can Eric steal your beer name? He says sure. He didn't really
All right,
answer.
cool. That
I
was
think
mine.
that's for him.
So what's amazed me as far as the Snack Crowden Fest goes is you have a capacity of, I'm guessing 600. Am I
600,
close?
yeah.
Okay. The the amount of bands and amount of really talent you can get for that kind of it really is compared to other festivals that would have 30 bands of that caliber. It's almost like an intimate show. Like,
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've been lucky that the success of the festival, for various reasons, has resonated with musicians in the scene. So people, are really into playing. It's become almost like a homecoming type event. So, it's usually not that hard to book it in that regards, as far as getting the bands that that we're interested in, or like a lot of times you have bands reaching out to me anyway.
really?
Yeah. Um, the bigger bands, or the more established bands, or the bands that have played more than once or have played in the past, are less likely to reach out, only because they know that it's hard to have the same band playing year after year. Like I love the Hub City Stompers and whatnot, and I had to tell Travis this year that like it would be good to take a break because uh I think they played all but one. Them and Catbite are the two bands that have played the most, followed by Mephistopheles right after them. But I'm almost positive that Hub City's played maybe all but one or two. I have to go back and look at it, but like they've played at least four and possibly five of the six so far. So, um, but that's an easy conversation, and it's like when a band like that's played that much, they it's always a conversation where like, well, we know if you don't have us back this year, we get it. And I'm like, well, but sometimes it's like, no, 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 I want you to come back because, like there's a few bands that are playing next year that played excuse me, played last year that I wanted to see come back because it was the first time they played, and I really enjoyed their set, and I wanted them to play, come back and play again. This year, or excuse me, rather next year is definitely different. More so in the sense that of any festival, this one has the most amount of new bands that have never played before. So more than 50% of the fest is bands that have never played before, or bands that have never played the main fest, meaning like they played like the Friday night, like what we used to call the pre-fest party, but it's really just part of the festival now. But like, yeah, there's 13 of the 24, 25 bands uh, playing this year are all bands that are have never played the main fest before or haven't played the festival at all.
Nice. And I should think
How
you.
many of those bands have you never seen?
I have to look at the uh I have to look at you making me
And does it even matter because you probably won't see them anyway?
no, last year I did a good job of actually seeing the bands. Usually I made it a point last year that I definitely wanted to see see as many bands as possible and watch like entire sets, which I did do, and I was really happy. Like I watched all of pretty much all of Big D's set.
Nice.
Watched all of the Plant Smasher set. Plant Smasher set was awesome.
I missed that whole set. You might have seen more than I did, Jeremy.
Let's see.
That's probably true.
Yeah, I mean, like this year there's one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. There's seven of the bands I've never seen before. So 20, so 20, basically 25 or 20, yeah, 25% of the bands I haven't seen before, and half the bands have never played This Is Not Croydon Fest before.
Awesome. Do you have a like a biggest regret of a band that you missed the set for? Like you were out driving the shuttle bus and missed a band?
Um, I can't say I have a regret. If you don't, I'll have people tell me that, like, hey man, like you missed a good set, but like I didn't know that the set was good because I wasn't there, so I don't
Right.
regret it. I wish it's not in the past. There's definitely been times I wish I would have watched more of a band set, like Fishbone. Their set was phenomenal. I
Yeah.
wish I had been able to watch the entire set. I did watch all of the Acolyte set. Um, they were amazing.
They
Uh,
were.
yeah, I mean, like stuff like that. And there's sometimes it's just, the way the schedule works out during the day, and maybe I get pulled to the side or, pulled, over here to do something. I only catch a song or two, but like I've made it a point, like I said, this year I made a point to watch a lot more full sets, and then I'm gonna do the same next year as well.
Nice.
I want you to watch the full Doom Stomper set and the full Boy Detective set, please.
Hey, she's giving away
Are they
name.
playing this year,
There,
Jess?
there we go, Jess.
Oh, fuck.
You were worried I was gonna do that.
Holy shit, I suck.
It's all good. It's all good.
All right, that's it.
You
I'm gonna
heard it
shut
here
up for the
first
rest of the
from Jeff.
live.
So there's now 11 people that know that these bands are playing.
These 11 people should shut up. Oh, Jeremy,
13 people,
we're
I guess.
friends.
It's all good. Yeah, the funny thing is that you said to me on the phone
I
earlier,
did. I warned you on
you,
the phone not to
you
say
warned me about
anything.
it, and like
Oh
you're
my
the one
God.
that spills the beans.
I fuck everything up.
Did you bring on the boy detective just because you got sick of hearing us all say bring on the boy detective, or
Mainly Jess. I got tired of her
fair enough?
No, no, that's not
You
true.
hear that, Benny?
Here's the thing, when it comes to the bands, like I am responsive. I read what people say online. Like if it's in like the Facebook group or something like that. I read what people say. Doesn't mean that doesn't mean I don't even when I see those things doesn't mean I necessarily agree with them, or it doesn't mean even if I don't agree with them that I wouldn't book the band, because again, going back to what I said earlier, if I booked only the bands I want to see, then there wouldn't be a whole lot of people at the festival to begin with. Um, so I mean, there's bands that like, yeah, there's been more than, and I'm not going to name any names, of course.
Yeah.
There's been bands that I don't really enjoy, but I know other people enjoy. I know that other people like, and I book them because it's this isn't an ego thing for me. It's not about the bands. I mean, there certainly are bands that I want to book that I want to see. And I have my white whale band, so to speak, but like by and large, the festival is about everyone else and what they would want to see. It's also a bunch of other factors as well, but that's, it really excuse me, has more to do with that than anything else.
Hmm. So you have people coming to this from, I'm assuming, all over the country. Do
All over
you
the world, to be
all over
honest,
the world? Do
which is
you?
kind of blows my mind. I know we've had people from Europe and people from Japan fly over for the festival. So
I am so I'm from Michigan, so I feel like a fair amount of Michigan folks show up every year.
Oh
Do you
yeah, there's a large contingent of Michigan.
do you have an idea of like uh I don't want to say basis, but we'll say percentage basis. What outside of Philly, which areas do you think bring in the most fans?
Certainly the Mid-Atlantic. I mean, anything, within like 3, 4 hours. Certainly we bring a lot of people in. I mean, like when I was driving the shuttle bus last or this year, ran into a lot of people from like, as far away as like as Richmond and things like that. So people coming from like 6, 7 hours away, anywhere's on the eastern seaboard, so to speak. I mean, I have friends that come from as far away from like my one friend James fly has flown out from Arizona.
Huh.
A couple of the guys that I played bands with that we have sort of a reunion every year come out from California, Arizona, Massachusetts, places like that. So, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely the majority of the people are from I'd say like within an hour of Ben Salem, but there's still a large amount of people that that come there from all over the place. I mean, like you can see it in the groups that are there. Like, Michigan represents pretty hard at the festival. And I also, I don't want to say I track it, but like, I follow some of the chatter online and I see where people are coming from, whether it's North Carolina or Virginia or Ohio or New York or Michigan. So, but yeah, I'd say the second largest group is probably Michigan, to be
Oh,
honest.
awesome. Thank you. Do you cater? I feel I shouldn't say cater, but you do maybe by luck or chance. I feel like there's a good chance that a Michigan band is typically involved with Croydon every year too.
Well, it helps that there's a strong scene and a lot of good bands from Michigan. Um, I mean, one of my white whales would be actually a band from Michigan. I would love to get Telegraph to do
To
a
do a reunion show.
set. That
I
would
know
be
people have been trying very hard to get Telegraph to do a reunion show, and it hasn't happened yet.
yeah, they're like one of my white whale bands.
Oh, nice. Hey, Jess, do you want to go back
Do
up
I
to
have
that slide?
permission to talk?
Well, you disappeared for a little bit,
I
so
did. I had to because my face was really red.
Because she was embarrassed for no
I
reason
was
at
really
all.
embarrassed, and I was like, Jeremy Freddie fucking hates me right now.
No, I don't care.
Damn it!
Because I
Don't tell me
told It's
anything
because I
anymore,
told you the
Jeremy.
lineup and you spilled the beans on two bands all within like
I mean,
30.
at least they were the bands they were, and not somebody else. I guess,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
like
yeah.
who? Just kidding.
Josh,
Don't open
I'm
your mouth.
saying nothing
Don't open your
else.
mouth, Jess.
Let's talk about some stuff for people traveling in. Where do they stay? What's their transportation looking like? And I mean, you have the shuttle. What hotels does that hit?
But doesn't everybody stay at your house this year, Jess?
Yeah,
No.
Jess,
Isn't
I'm
that
pretty
an
sure.
Only the
open
boy
invitation?
detective. I guess I can say that now.
And me,
Fuck.
and me.
And you're sleeping on top of Benny on the Philly flag or something. I don't know.
I mean,
Damn
so
it.
right on Street Road, which is, just down you know, the immediate area from us, within 4 or 5 miles of the venue, you have a Hampton Inn, a Quality Inn, a Comfort Inn, Sleep Inn, and then the brand new Spark by Hilton. And then there's also the Red Roof Inn, which is a little bit further, but not much further. So you have plenty of quality and also some more inexpensive choices as well when it comes to hotels. I know Adam from State 10 Records likes to go to the Inn of the Dove.
The porno hotel. We have a big thing about the porno hotel, and
Yeah, I know. I've seen
I'll
that.
plug This Is Not Croydon Fest family group right here, right now. It's an unofficial Facebook group where people gather to make plans and friends and whatnot before the festival. So if you're not in that group, hit us up and we'll add you.
Yeah,
Take it
I
back
think
now.
I've laughed at that one, which is I'm not surprised someone hasn't stayed there. But if it were my
There's a lot
choice,
of people staying there next year. Like, I think it might be sold out.
then that would be hilarious.
In
Um,
fact, when I don't know if I should say this on, never mind, I'm just gonna shut up.
no, never mind. You were going somewhere that you decided not to go to.
Well, I mean, I was
She's
kind
about to name
of
some more bands.
I
You should
was
go with that.
asked if we could have the after parties at the porno hotel, and I was like, I don't know. Do they have
Well,
a ballroom? Maybe.
no,
I
I
don't
typically stay not at the porno hotel.
know.
The reason I discovered it is used to stay at a hotel that was on the same block as the porno. Are we talking about the Love Dove?
The
Yes.
Inn
And
of the
of the
Dove.
Dove? Yeah.
Thank you. Yep.
The-
So I stayed at a hotel that was like a half a block away, and I would drive by. And it's like, oh, what the fuck's that? So
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good choices hotel wise. I mean, for my money, I think your best bet is the Hampton Inn only because it comes with the breakfast every morning. I mean, I'm a big fan of the waffle makers at the
yes.
Hampton. Those are like my
You
jam.
know they have like pancake makers now where you just press a button and it like makes pancakes for you at hotels.
I haven't seen that yet. It's been a while since
I just saw one of them this year. It was kind of cool.
I'll have to check that out. I got some probably work travel coming up here in the next couple months. I'll have to see what I can do to increase my Hilton or my Marriott points.
So speaking of places to eat, do you guys have suggestions for people coming in? I know somewhere near the porno motel and the hotel I used to stay at was a very good breakfast spot, and I cannot remember the name of it to save my life.
Was it the Metro Cafe?
Yes, that was it.
That's right next to that's more or less next to the Quality Inn as well as right across the street from the Sleep Inn and the Spark by Hilton, and it's a small short walk from the Hampton Inn. Breakfast spots are kind of hard to come by in Ben Salem. There's not like a great, I mean, like Potheads might be the only like coffee shop like in Ben Salem proper, and that's barely in Ben Salem. The best coffee shop in my opinion around is Johnson Hall in Humeville. But like we could really use a proper coffee shop. But we've actually tried to get a coffee vendor and actually we did have one, Rachel and Feed the Scene did that this year, but we've tried unsuccessfully almost every year besides this year, um, to get like a coffee vendor to do like, whatever, whatever coffee wise, but also do like breakfast sandwiches and stuff like that. And like we're just never successful with it. I mean, food wise, I definitely would suggest places like uh the Dog and Bull. The food there is amazing.
We
The
went there for lunch, Eric, last year before Friday.
Oh, nice.
food there is amazing. The drink selection there is amazing. Um, a couple other places. I mean, I'm really, really pumped on the new food vendor we have that's running the kitchen at Broken Godwood, the Pizza Pit. Um, I think their food, the cheesesteak,
Oh, I tried that for the first time this weekend. It was really good. I mean, I was feeling nice, but it was good.
you were feeling nice.
It
What does
was.
that mean, Jess?
I went to Happy Halloween at Breaking Goblet, just
Oh,
to throw that out there. It was an amazing time, and it's like a craft beer festival, and I was really late, so I decided to just drink a bunch of Fishtown iced teas,
to
which are
catch
like
up.
what, 9% or something, Jeremy? I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, I was feeling nice, and then I ate a bunch of food from the Pizza Pit, and it was good.
Yeah,
I
I
think
love their pizza, but
cheesesteak,
I tell
egg
you what, their
rolls.
cheesesteaks are even better.
I didn't have the pizza.
You didn't have a pizza?
No, I had cheesesteak egg rolls. We shared
They
buffalo
might
egg
they might have
rolls,
run out by
and
the time you got there
pickles.
because yeah, they ran out of they I don't want to say they didn't make enough dough. They just didn't have enough dough. They were so busy on Saturday, so they ran out of dough, so they couldn't make any more pizzas. But I will say I love the pizza there, but I like the cheesesteaks even more. I think their cheesesteaks are like, in my opinion, like some of the best around, and we don't talk about it enough. We have to do something to promote their cheesesteaks because the cheesesteaks are like some next level there.
You know what was really cool? Was it this was the first year that you guys, or last year, I guess. Am I correct? That was the first year you had your own restaurant compared to the food trucks outside?
Was
Am
it
I
this
right? Or am I wrong?
was it last year and
It
this year?
was Cafe Dilla.
Yeah, Cafe Dia or Dilla or
You don't want to talk
whatever.
about it. He doesn't
Uh,
want to talk about that.
I
Okay,
can't
we won't
remember
talk
if
about it. But as a
It's
somebody
Pizza
who
Pit now.
attends, it was cool to have something inside there. And
yeah, I mean, I like their food. It's great for an event like that. It's almost kind of perfect for an event like that. But they ended up leaving the space in July, and so now we have a new food partner, a new kitchen partner, and their food's amazing. The pizza's great. I mean, between 21 Locks and the Pizza Pit at Brook Goblin, I'd probably put on like 30 pounds just from all the
Okay.
carbs. But the pizza and the beer together are a deadly combination when it comes to carbs.
Huh. In previous years, you had at least my first year there, you had an outside stage where you did acoustic stuff, and you had an outside almost like I don't want to say flea market, but I can't think of the right word.
Like a
A
Kind
fest
market.
market.
thank you, Fest Market. Do you have plans to do any of that this year?
So we'll definitely have the fest market again. I'm hoping that we can expand it a little bit more. In my opinion, the last couple of years, it just hasn't been as strong as it was maybe a few years prior. Um, we wouldn't have music outside. I have considered using the small stage in the mixing room, which is the tap room. I've considered using that for like having acoustic acts in between bands. There's like certainly enough ska, like acoustic ska musicians and stuff like that out there that I think it would be really cool to have like some stripped down stuff happen, do like 20-minute, 25-minute sets in between bands in that room. Um, Probably something we could, we could put together pretty easily, as long as we don't run into any more problems when it comes to the lineup.
So you already, Jess, don't say anything just in case. Okay, are you already having issues with the lineup that we don't know yet?
Yeah, I ran into one issue today. I think we got it resolved. But it's, it never surprised. I'd say it never surprised me, but it does every time. I mean, I've had bands, uh, cancel on me the day before a lineup announcement. I've had bands cancel on me like a week before a lineup announcement. I've had bands cancel on me the day of a lineup announcement after the
Ooh,
lineup was announced.
that has to be hard.
It's it's difficult. It really does make me question whether I want to continue doing it.
You
Uh,
do.
yeah,
You do.
we'll see if I'm used to the problems at this point now, but
And you always make it work. Like every year is fucking magic, dude.
we do. I will say like, the snafu we ran today, was talking to a couple agents and they were like, you know, this is a banger of a lineup, man. Like, what are you worried about? And I'm like, well, this, and this. And they're like, nah, man, like you're good. Don't worry about it. I was like, okay.
I
So
would I would I would say as a fan, this Snack Croydon Fest is a festival that hey, we're always excited about the lineup, but regardless of the lineup that you put together, we're showing up. You are going to sell that place out because we know that it's a great lineup and it's a family reunion. People show up and they get to hang out together. So
it
regardless
definitely
of
has like one of the things that has the festival's grown into or grown with, has grown with the festival is like the vibe, the whole feeling is not the same as other music festivals. I mean, there's places that have, I've had fun at other music festivals. Um, like for example, I used to, I've gone to it a bunch and it doesn't exist anymore, but a festival in Europe called Grows Rock, in Belgium, and I used to always have an amazing time at that festival. A lot of that is because it's a camping festival where you got to go and camp out, and that has a whole different feel and vibe and whatnot to it. Whereas this isn't that, but yet it still has this. It Another way of putting it is like I had a colleague of mine mentioning to me. Like a week ago about he's not into ska, not really into the scene at all. And he had come out to This Is Not Croydon Fest this year, and he was amazed to me that like that many people. He's like, I can't believe this many people were there and they're getting along. Like that they are just everyone seems really nice and happy and like with this loud music, everyone there's not a problem, not a single fight, not a single problem. And I was like, no, that really shouldn't happen at this festival. And it shouldn't happen in this music or the scene to begin with, but then especially with this festival, I don't know why anyone would ever want to get aggro and pissed off or like, not want to have a good time at like a festival like this.
no degree. Hey
Yes.
Jess, do you want to talk about the artwork this year or no?
Yeah, I guess no, I kind of want to get back to the beer because we talked about part of the beer, but not all. I want Jeremy to tell people about the beer offerings that are
Yeah.
available at Broken Goblet.
Well, there's 20 taps in the main venue space and 16 taps in the tap room. They run the range, although it seems like the majority of the beer that people want to drink is all the lighter lager stuff, which I don't blame them. Light lager, lighter ales, things like that. But we do have a fair amount of like more flavor forward beers, IPAs, double IPAs. I don't think we had the pastry stout on tap this year, which was like a 17% pastry stout.
That's
Um,
not a good idea.
that probably would have been a great idea. But then we also have the mixed cocktails and mixed drinks and things like that. We usually batch like keg batch cocktails, things like that, whether it be like cranberry and vodka or like
Yeah, I tried that on tap for the first time this weekend. That was really good.
which one the
The spirit animal cranberry and vodka, I think.
oh yeah, the cranberry. Did
I
you try
never knew
the
you tap that.
yeah, well, we do that for usually for offsite events. I actually
Oh,
have to
you
make
should
a
do that for Curtain Fest.
I have to
Is it
make a keg.
strong?
I have to make a keg of one tomorrow for an event we're doing on Thursday. But I'm doing apple cider gin and tonic.
Oh, cool.
Do you so does Croydon Fest? I have a belief that the ska community can really drink a lot of beer. So are the are
Hmm.
the are the beer sales I guess per person or per cap? Do you find that is high beer sales that weekend compared to events?
It's certainly more than a straight edge show, I'd say that much.
I would hope so.
Um, I'd say it's on par with like I'd say it's on par with most of the metal shows that we do. The difference being is that metal shows are inconsistent in the sense that like we'll have some shows that aren't as heavy drinking, and I think it's because of you get like a tendency to have an older crowd there, an older metal crowd, and they're just not drinking as much. Whereas ska is consistent, the crowd drinks, pretty much every ska show, the people come out to have a good time and they're drinking beers.
Yeah. Nice.
But I wouldn't say one is more than the other outside the consistency or the average number of the when each one of the shows are very consistent ska wise.
Nice. How about
Yeah,
now,
there you
Jess?
go, Eric. I know you're going to pass it off to me. We
You want to
haven't
talk
seen
about their work now?
artwork for this year yet. When do you think that's going to drop?
Oh, any day now. Uh, was hoping to have most of it today, but didn't. And that's nobody's fault but mine. JP's an awesome artist, so I give him free reign to do what he wants and under the schedule that he can get it done with because he's a super busy artist in that regard too. So, uh, I spoke with him on Saturday, and then he said because we had actually had talked about it earlier and like just trying to brainstorm some ideas and color combos and things like that. So I would assume I'm going to see something soon. I would think probably within the next week and whatnot. That's usually it's not that far behind, and but you'll see it as soon as I have it, it'll be up, and then we'll start getting. We were already talking about potential poster designs with the color combinations and the ideas with that. So like it's already in production, so to speak. I just I don't think we necessarily need to have I almost kind of like announcing the, the lineups and the show before we have it because then it's like, hey, okay, cool, here's the official poster now.
I was more getting into the tattoos. Are you having the same tattoo studio there this year?
Yep.
Studio One, is it? Is that
Yep.
right?
Studio One. Yep.
Will there be flash from all years available or just this year or what? What do you think?
Well, we didn't have, I don't
Did you have
I
flash
don't know,
last year?
we didn't have Flash this year.
Oh,
We had Flash the year before, but like we should definitely do more of that. Because I know
Yeah, I
when.
think people like that.
Mhm.
Who do you think had the first Creative Fest tattoo that you saw, like in the wild? Anybody, you know?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. I
Do
have
you
no
remember the
clue.
first one you saw?
Well, I think the first one I think I saw was you.
No, I don't even have one.
I don't. I thought.
Yeah, it was Eric's.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Do you remember?
No, I don't.
It's an awesome tattoo.
I love
I
that
still
stuff.
want one from This Is Not Creative Fest 3, and I just haven't gotten it yet.
No,
The
I
one with
have.
the saxophone pouring the beer down its
Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
it's
yeah.
called.
Down the horn.
The
Yeah,
skanking cat
that's
was
what
so
I want.
amazing to me. I was like, I need that.
And
Yeah,
you
that's a
It
got
good.
one.
symbolized something I
Tattoo.
So
love and a skanking cat. So
just make
I,
sure that's available for me, Jeremy, you
I'm
know?
a big fan of mine with the Skank and Banana Man.
You got that
which
last year or was no, you got that at the 30-minute fest. What was it called?
No, I didn't get it. That
Didn't
I
it?
got last
Oh,
year. Not
oh,
this year.
okay.
Last year. It's my second, or it's my second or third. I have two Banana Men.
ooh,
Ooh, kitty
Banana.
cat. But
Anyway,
yeah,
let's talk about the music because that's what we're really all here
you want to
for.
talk about
Friday
the
night's lineup was announced
Fridays? Just
today.
Friday. Yes,
Just Friday. Yeah.
just Friday.
yeah.
Just Friday.
No
My
whoopsies, Jess.
opinion, this is my favorite Friday night so far. I mean, there's only been what, three Friday nights so far? Am I right on that? Four?
There
Four
wasn't
Friday.
one the first year. There was,
4, 5, 6. This will be the fourth.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but it's my favorite so far.
It's a
I think
fun lineup. It's a
it's a
very
sick
fun lineup.
lineup.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm stoked to have all those bands. I think they all complemented each other pretty well. Um, I'm excited to watch Girth Control again because they had like one of the most hilarious sets
Yes.
I've heard in a while. They remind me of a ska version of the Descendants.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're
Um,
so much fun.
so they have that vibes. They have musically they're not far from it either. But like the whole stage presence and vibe is very much like the Descendants. If the Descendants were a ska band,
And
uh,
they were one of my favorite sets last year. I feel like for them, they were very excited to be there. It was a big moment for them to be in that crowd. So there's that energy of like this is big time for us, and they just you could feel that. You could feel their excitement as you seen their set.
yeah, I'm excited to have them back. I'm excited to have the Best of the Worst back. Their new record's pretty killer. So I think they're gonna that whole Friday going from from pandemics to the what nows to Girth Control to the Best of the Worst. And then of course Catch doing with Jeff Davidson doing the Alone in the Crowd record is I think that's a great way to start off the whole weekend.
For sure.
Agreed.
Is this their second? I know I've seen them there. Is it their third time or second time? Catch 22. I'm trying to remember.
I think third.
This is their third
Yeah.
time. Yeah, it's their third.
Nice. And personally, the first time I saw them was their first time there, so that was awesome for
Oh.
me. Yeah, I hadn't seen them live before
And
then.
then you took a nap during their set the second time. Do you remember?
It was a whoopsie.
Well, sometimes you gotta get some,
I'm old. I'm old, so I meant to sleep through just one set, and I slept in the car through two
You're
sets.
not going to take a nap during their set this time.
there's nothing wrong with that. Jess doesn't understand what it's like to be old and have to take a nap.
There, yeah,
Listen, I'm almost as old as you. Almost.
but not quite. Once you hit 50, it becomes naps are essential to
Yeah,
survive.
I got some time still.
Naps are essential, and like the biggest problem I've had when it comes to like sleeping since I've turned 50 is like I used to never fall asleep on the couch at night. I was the type of person like if I was tired, I would just get up and go to bed.
Yeah,
Not anymore. Now it's like, last night I fell asleep and woke up at like 1:30 in the morning. I was just like, oh man.
I will
I'm
fall
sure
asleep on the
Claire.
couch for an hour and then I'll be up for 3 hours and I'll go work on the computer and I'll be fine in the morning. Like,
Uh,
I'll turn on a movie, and when I wake up, I'm like two movies in, and I'm like, what am I watching now? What's going on?
yeah. I tried to watch like the World Series last night. And funny thing is I fell asleep and I still missed the extra innings.
And the best of the worst, have they been there? Is this their second
Their
or
third time.
third, right?
Yep, yep.
third?
Pretty
Yeah.
sure it's the third. They played twice
I
before.
feel like I've seen them twice though. I
I
think
feel
that's the two
like I
times I've
feel like
seen
they
them.
played This Is Not Current Fest 3. They opened the day. I
They,
missed it because I
and
was
then I feel
filming
like they
late.
played one other year after that.
And then I don't know that they played another Current Fest. They opened for the Suicide Machines there on a headline show.
Pretty could have sworn. I'd have to go back and look at
I
it.
mean, maybe you're probably right, Jeremy. I'm probably wrong.
I mean, it
I mean, I
is
could be
this
wrong too.
festival.
There's so many,
But
so many
they're one of
years
my
between
favorite
games.
bands to watch. They're so much fun.
I'm pretty
I
certain
saw
this
them
is
for
pretty
their
certain that
album
they played
release show.
twice. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
pretty certain that they played twice, and then this will be their third.
And then the What Nows played the after party, right? They've never played the festival proper, but they've played the
Yep, this will be their first proper.
nights.
Played
Yep,
the after party and they opened up for Save Ferris there
yep,
last year sometime.
yep.
Hmm.
So for those coming in town, is there anything else within the before and after that you would suggest that they
I mean,
come in early for
if you're gonna
after?
come into town, I would definitely like come in, a day or two early and stay a day or two later because there's tons of things you can see and do in Philadelphia. I mean, I've seen bunch of that chatter online of people talking about like, what cheesesteak places to hit. I
Yep,
mean, you could spend an entire day just doing that, which I think is a cool thing because I love cheesesteaks and there's a lot of great cheesesteaks in
for
Philadelphia.
sure.
But there's, other things you can do as well. I mean, whether it's going to the art museum, going to see the Rocky statue, or like walking around downtown, seeing Independence, Mall, the Independence Hall and the whole Independence Mall, seeing the Liberty Bell. Like it's a cool, Philly's a cool town. So if you haven't done those touristy things, it's definitely something I would suggest doing. If you're into craft beer, there's a ton of breweries in and around the city. Uh, that's always a good option as well. If you're into food, if you're a foodie, I mean, Philadelphia is like, in my opinion, like the foodie capital of the world. I mean, there isn't any, gastropubs like, or like craft beer bars that don't have amazing food, whether we're talking about Standard Tap or we're talking about Johnny Brenda's. What used to be, now it's called Meeting House, used to be called Memphis Tap Room. There's just, literally tons of places. You go to South Philly, you go to the Royal Tavern, you can go to uh, Jose Pistola's in Center City. I mean, these are just ones that are coming to mind. And there's more, even more than that, that I'm like glazing over and missing.
I so last was it November, Jess, I came to visit?
Yeah, he came in for the Mustard
Mustard
Plug,
Plug, Iron
Catch
Roses.
22, Iron Roses,
Yeah, that was a
Manipulator
good show.
show.
That was a
Yep.
good show. Are you coming
And
to the Mustard Plug show in December with the Planet
He's
Smashers?
not.
no, no, but
Not.
I am not. But I did have the opportunity, and I did that. I was lucky enough to have Jess and Christian to show me around Philly, the sites, and got to the Rocky statue and some other things. And I saw the Liberty Bell. So I would
And you
agree.
ate Lorenzo's pizza, even though
Lorenzo's
you don't like
Pizza.
cheese.
Yeah,
You get a Philly taco.
He did not.
I did not, but I heard of it. What was the
We
restaurant
tried to get him
with
to
the
have
sink?
one, but he didn't do it.
What was the restaurant with the sinks that we went
Oh, Chicky and Pete's. He was like so impressed by the fact that they had sinks on the floor.
to? That was so. I would also suggest if you are coming to Croydon to Croydon Fest to show up a day early and just check it out.
What was the other thing you loved about South Philly,
Are
Eric?
you gonna do you want me to? I was amazed by the cars that parked in the middle of the street. I had to go see the cars parked in the middle of the street.
Well, on Broad Street.
Yeah.
Is that where it was? Just
Well,
Yes.
Broad Street and also on Wissahickon Ave.
He was like, "Can you take me back there when I come back?" I'm like, "Really?"
and I got to see the bar from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, right?
Yeah,
Did you? Yeah, I think you
Yeah,
did.
we drove by
We
it.
even took him to Eastern State Penitentiary.
that's a
Oh,
cool
the
spot.
Al Capone prison tour.
Uh-huh.
That was so
Yeah,
much fun.
Yeah, we
that's a
took
cool
you all
spot.
over the place, Eric. I
I
tried
did.
to take him into Chamonix Creek just to show him the original spot, but they were closed.
Oh, that's a
We
shame.
technically went in and
Doors
picked
were
it
locked,
right.
and we were like, "Okay."
So I definitely had a good time in Philly. So thank you, Jess and Christian, and I am looking forward to it again this time. So
Yeah, there's plenty to do in Philly. If you skateboard too, there's a lot of great skate
Oh
spots in
yeah,
Philly
you
as
have to go
well.
to FDR.
Yeah, FDR. I mean, even if you don't skate, FDR is fun.
Hmm.
I definitely do not skate. I would be injured very quickly. So
And I've actually had some people like mention to me how upset they are that the Phillies are never playing here when Cruden Fest happens. I don't know why.
Yeah, for some reason they always seem to
It
be
just
on the
doesn't
road.
work out.
Yeah.
They're away again this year, I think. Wait, no, the schedule's not released. That was for this past year.
Yeah,
I'm
they were
thinking
away
back.
this year.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're not away next year. That would, that's another
So
thing you can do. Come in, spend, come in on a Wednesday, go to a game on a Wednesday or Thursday, and then boom. Or if it's a
yeah,
day,
because I mean our ballpark's not that new anymore, but it's beautiful.
yeah,
Like,
and usually
I'm planning
Thursday
on
games
living
are
with you for a week, Jess, just so you know.
all right. I'm
Are you okay
gonna
with
I'm
that?
gonna try to get through the chat to kind of like make sure I didn't miss anything.
We're all waiting with
While
anticipation.
while I get through the chat, there is Brian would like Jeremy to get us hyped for the next couple announcements.
I don't know how to build hype.
I don't know.
I'm not like a great hype man.
So they're going to be good.
Yeah,
It's
the announcers are gonna be amazing.
gonna be
Um,
awesome.
I mean, I gave a little bit in the sense that like you can, you know, maybe you wouldn't be able to guess what bands are playing because there's a lot of like new bands. A lot of bands, first
So,
time bands or bands that have never played the fest proper.
And Jess told us a couple of them.
I'm gonna mute right now.
The ones that Jess mentioned aren't even the ones from the furthest away. I mean,
Ooh, there's a
we
tip.
we have some California bands coming in. Um, Florida band from Minnesota. Uh, I have to look at. I One of the problems is I can never forget. Oh, we had a couple Florida bands, a couple California bands, uh, Michigan band in there,
Ooh,
New York
I think
City
Jess
band.
already gave that away.
Yeah, Jess already
Shut
gave
up,
that one
Eric.
away. Boston band.
Boston's.
I would love that, but
You
that's
should see the bands that are being thrown out here in the chat. Slapstick's playing,
Wow.
slapstick.
Animal Chin's playing.
I wish, I wish it was Animal Chin.
Who else is playing? Hold on a minute.
Animal Chin would be
Oh,
a
Op Ivy is definitely
Is
playing.
it fun for you? Like you get to see do you get it as you lead up? Do you get to hear the chatter and people talking and the built up of excitement? Like, is that fun to watch? Like all of
Yeah,
us.
it's
Yes.
definitely, especially when people pick the right bands. Stuff like slapstick is not gonna ever happen.
Fair.
Um, not to say that they won't play a show again, but the chances of them playing a show again are pretty low. And if they do, it's probably gonna be like for the Asian Man 50th anniversary or something like that. Or an event like that. I doubt they would come out, even though like I know Brendan and I don't know him super well. But like I could have a conversation and he would just be, no way, man, we're not doing that shit. There's, other bands that we've come close to booking, that didn't happen that I could see potentially happening in the future. Um, you know, as we've kept the festival relatively small for good reason, and in the sense that like I want to expand it, but I want to be pragmatic about it. I don't want to, if we go too big too soon, that could spell the death of the festival. So I mean, the next logical step for us is to actually do it outside and use the front parking lot, set up a stage outside, and have two stages run at once. Maybe instead of having it be like a 3-day fest, and maybe it would just be Friday and Saturday, but there'd be two stages on Saturday. That's something we've thought about. There's a possibility of that. There's things that we want to add, like I've talked about. We as a group have talked about potentially adding like carnival type rides,
Oh wow.
stuff like that. So people have.
You would have it on. I mean, you would have the room on the grounds if you wanted to do something fun like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, exactly. Like get a Ferris wheel and a salt and pepper shaker, or or a graviton. You know,
That would
you
be awesome.
and
Do you
then
want to
have
put drunk people in a gravitron?
That would be amazing.
you're saying that like it's never happened before.
I mean, it has
Valid.
probably been there and done that.
It's like how many times when I'm on vacation at Rehoboth Beach do I get on the graviton with my daughter, my youngest daughter, who loves the graviton after dinner, after having like three beers at dinner. So and a full stomach. So
Oh, I was supposed to be going through the chat
So
and I
that's the evolution you would like to do
I'd like to
with
see that be the
the
next evolution
carnivorous?
of it. Yeah,
you have also, I don't know if I missed this because I walked away for a minute, but you also talked about at one point maybe putting a stage outside and having bigger bands in a bigger space.
that's what we just talked
Yes.
about.
Oh, of course you did.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You repeat the things we already talked about and say the things that you're not supposed to talk about, Jess. Way to go.
Whatever. That's what I'm here for.
And I
So,
should personally thank you two, probably introducing me to my favorite band. So, Faintest Idea is probably my favorite band in the whole world, and I have a love for them because I went to your festival and saw them and was
Well,
blown.
thank you. I love that band too. I'd love to get them back. I have a feeling it's going to be a couple lonely years before we can get them back.
Fuck Trump. Okay.
so
No.
why don't we do a little festival in the UK just until it's,
We could
just one
do this is
time?
well, this
This
is
is
not
great in the UK.
we'll do this is great
Yes,
in the
let's
UK.
fucking do it.
That would be
We
pretty
want to see Popes of Chili Town. We want to see Famous Idea, Random Hand, JB Conspiracy. Who else do we want to see, Eric?
Oh, who is it? I'm gonna look it up because there's a newer band
I'll take Codename Colin.
that I've
Got to
been
get
listening
Cap
to.
down to do a reunion.
Mm.
Oh, I'm trying very hard. Oh, Eat the Evidence. Eat the Evidence is a band that I is
Don't know
older, but
them.
I've recently discovered from over the pond that I
There's
Yeah,
a
really
there's a lot of good bands over there.
there's a band out of Hamburg, Germany called Brain Dead that put out a record called After the Fire a few years ago that I think is an awesome record. It goes from sounding straight up like Op Ivy to sounding like super dubbed out spaced like almost like uh you know something you'd hear uh you know come out of Jamaica like the dub stuff and the more heavily like Jamaican influenced stuff. But yeah, it's there's bands like that all over the world that I'd love to bring in if we can. Or as you just suggested, we go to them.
Just go to them. And Burrito just has the perfect name for it. This is the other Cruden Fest.
This is the other Croydon Fest. I think we just should
Love
call
it.
it This is Croydon Fest. We
Yeah.
should put it in Croydon, UK.
Which month is a good month for that?
Um, well, you probably wouldn't want to do it during the summer because of festival season over there. Just you already have so many big festivals, you'd be in
So what
competition.
about like October, like 6 months from the This Is Not Cruden Fest?
Well, Manchester Punk Fest is in April, so we could do it the opposite end of that. I'll talk to the guys from Phoenix Idea and make me get them on that right now.
All right, let's do it. Wait, do you want me to get them on here right now?
No, no, I'm just kidding.
Do you remember when you called Danny Rascal like 3 in the morning from the bar
I
just to tell him fuck you or something?
yeah, I remember that.
You were wasted.
I do that from time to time. He'll text that to me as well. So
Somebody wants to know how we get an Offspring all ska set to happen.
an Offspring all ska set.
Yeah,
That's probably not happening, let's be
that's probably
honest.
not happening, Brian. Sorry.
I tried to get the Menzingers to do a Clash set this year.
Ooh,
Oh,
that would have been fun.
So if anybody
um,
wants
Is it
to,
happening? Because we don't know yet. Is that
no,
it?
it's not happening, unfortunately.
So we
I
know
really
that
wish
will
it
not
I
were.
be.
could totally like spit off a bunch of bad bands and you wouldn't know, like not playing bands. Wes wants to see the Skins if we do that thing in the UK.
Yeah, the skins. I would like to see the skins here, actually.
It's
Yeah,
been a while.
Sinister
I saw
Doc
the.
Janice says Florida has so many great ska bands. She can't wait to find out which ones are playing. Sal is also looking forward to the ska bands. And did you say Minnesota?
One from Minnesota. Yep.
He's looking forward to Minnesota and Florida.
How many ska bands could Minnesota have? I think we could figure this out if we try.
Well, you can try to do that. Some food recommendations. West says South Street Souvlaki. Am I saying that right?
Slovaki.
Souvlaki. Okay, you got that. Sal is saying Guidos.
Guido's is good. Although
Brian is saying
with the cheese
Curly's,
with
Guidos.
the cheesesteaks at the Pizza Pit, you don't need and I'm not gonna say you don't need to go to Guido's, but you can get a proper cheesesteak.
What about Curly's? What do you think about Curly's, Jeremy?
Curly's, I've never actually had Curly's.
I have, and everybody raves about them, but to me, I think it's a bit much. Like, I don't know, it's too much. It's just not realistic.
Is it just too much food?
It is, and it's like you get a cheesesteak and there's like 6 pounds of meat on it or something. It's crazy.
I mean, Guido's is pretty big too.
Yeah. What else do we got here? Stollies, Curlies,
Do you enjoy listening to people guess the
Eves.
names?
What?
Uh, it's doesn't bother me one way, or the other.
I missed that question. What was that, Eric?
Whether I enjoy the people guessing the bands.
Oh, so should we tell people to guess bands?
No,
No.
You can't do that though,
I
Jess.
will totally mute and go off
Jess will
camera.
be like, how
Hide
about
my
blah blah
face.
blah and blah blah
I do
blah.
not have a poker face, apparently. Um, I think I got everything in the chat except for maybe. Oh, Benny Capal said date night is a nod to Telegraph. We learned that on our interview last night.
Yeah.
Have you listened to the song Date Night, Jeremy?
no, I haven't.
Listen to it and listen for some Telegraph Easter eggs in there. And
Right now. You
then,
want to listen to it right now, Jess?
no, we're not going to
Oh,
listen to it right now. I'm just trying to get through the chat here to make sure I don't miss anything. We're going to get through beer names in a minute so Jeremy can pick his favorite. All right, we got some beer names. Good beer. We got Alone in a Can, don't forget. We got Where's the Shuttle? We got beer drink in parentheses, mustard plug. I don't know. I mean, they have a song called Beer. Sorry, Burrito, I didn't get that one. God, I can't even say this.
is Mustard Plug playing this year? Is that what you're saying, Jess?
I'm not saying anything. I'm trying to read a word. The Toasters Brutone Army. We got Disco Drunk. Let's Boogie. Mephiskapha That's
Mephiscophel
good.
lager.
That
Say
was the one
that
I was
five
trying to
times.
say, obviously.
Brutone lagers that are Brutone. What was it? Brutone Army. That's
Brutone Army. I think that's, oh, no, that's not a beer name. I think that's all the beer names. We should put a poll up and let other people vote. Give
I'll do
some,
that. I'll put a poll up and I will name the beer whatever wins.
yeah, there you go. Do it.
Ooh,
And then you'll make said beer
Yeah, then we'll make said beer.
by April
That won't be hard.
because you don't have enough to do.
Exactly.
ooh, that is good.
I like it. I actually told someone tonight that I was going to pressure you into making a beer.
That's not
Is
really
it alone in
pressuring.
a can?
It
Really
doesn't have to
push.
be alone in a can. It has to be whatever wins.
It's not pressuring me because I would just do it anyway.
Because you love beer. Did you know that you were comp buddies with Jeff Davidson on Scarmageddon 3
I was not aware of that.
in his band, the Derringers?
I've heard of the Derringers
This
before.
is
I
something.
didn't think about that. It's been a
He
while
was
since
the drummer for that band, actually.
I've looked at that compilation.
I'm trying to remember three. I remember the first one and owning that.
Oh, I get it, Burrito. Sorry, I'm talking to Burrito, not you.
It's all
You
good.
can go. Go, Eric. I was talking to Burrito. You can
Yes,
go.
we've made our way through the outline. So do you want to?
Yeah, you can close it up.
Oh, I wasn't going there. I was just asking if you had it.
Oh, I was just still trying to get through the chat and I'm talking to the chat people. People want more California bands.
California bands are tough just
Burrito
because
actually comes from California, so it's funny to him when he comes from California to PA to see California bands.
California
I
bands are
guess
tough because they're most of them are fly-in dates and they need more money
Right.
because of the fly-in date. Usually we have to work it out so that they have like dates that they work, before and after. This is not Corn Fest, so
Mhm.
there's only so many California bands we can do because of that.
do a lot of bands do that. Do they kind of build? I know Famous Idea. So the first year I saw them, was it the first year when you had the Slackers also? Correct.
Yeah, yeah,
I saw them on another show, kind of in Pittsburgh. I think we went from Croydon. We
yeah.
sang a Croydon
They
song
played
at
Pittsburgh. Yeah, yeah.
Stagecoach.
They did a whole East Coast tour with the Slackers.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't you drive them or something?
I just picked them up at the train station.
Oh, I thought you were like their
I
shuttle
I
driver.
felt so sad for them because I remember on their Instagram, like they made it to America and there they were. They're like, look what we got. And they were at like a shitty gas station eating gas station pizza. I was like, oh, this is their version of America, like BP pizza.
My favorite thing about Famous ID in America is the fucking diss video they made for Hans Gruber where they have the can of Cheese Whiz.
Yeah,
And they're like, this is what you eat in America. And you can't make ska. They threw the aquabats out there. That was great.
that was kind of ironically funny. Yes.
I gotta find that video and share it again.
Aquabats would be a great band to have. They would be a bucket list band.
Uh, I
Ooh, are
wouldn't,
they
I'm
playing this
not a
year?
big fan of
No.
aquabats. Can I say that live?
You just did, so it doesn't really matter
Yeah.
or not. You
You don't
can say
have, you
it.
don't, again, Jess, just like I said earlier, there's
I
bands that
mean,
I'm fans of that I book, and there's a lot of bands that
no,
I don't necessarily,
it's good. We need
friends
breaks.
first,
Like we
fans
need
second.
bands that we don't like to give us breaks. And then I could do my interviews during those bands. It's cool.
Yeah.
I think you should book them.
What bands are you going to interview during this year, Jess?
I don't know. It's a good question. I'm not gonna say. Maybe Girth Control.
You're going to interview during Girth Control?
I'm gonna interview Girth Control. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
All
Way
right.
to try to trick me, Eric.
Fair. I would like to take this moment though, Jeremy, to thank you for what you did for SKAgazine. Last year was almost surreal.
You
So
just reminded me of a question, but keep going.
that was such a big deal for us to have the opportunity to go there and interview bands live and try to figure out how we do that and things. So like that was a memory that will be in one of my top memories of like my life. So thank you so much for giving us that opportunity.
Oh,
No
that's
problem. I'm glad I could help out.
Thank you.
that reminds me, I meant to ask about sponsors. You probably don't have them all figured out yet this year, but do you have any sponsors you want to shout out?
I mean, the main ones that have been with us, year after year, like Reverend Guitars, Handsome Devil's Barbershop, the Studio One Tattoo, um, of course, Broken Goblet, Sparkwell Design, which is JP and Nicole's design studio, people behind the artwork. Uh, you know, Without them, a lot of what we do would not be possible. Uh, I believe Punk Rock Saves Lives is coming back this year or next year. And I believe Feed the Scene, we're talking with Feed the Scene about coming back as well. So we're trying to expand a few things. One of the things I really would love to see us get like an amp sponsorship, like have an amp company sponsor us so we can have a full back line of amps, up on the stage. I'd love to trade a sponsorship for that. That's something I know Eric's working on, but we'll see if that ever comes to fruition.
Jess, are you reading the chat again?
I was. Aquabats are not a band, they're an experience.
Yep, I would agree with that.
Is that Michael? Is that
No,
Michael?
that's actually Janice. I don't think Michael's here right now.
How many people are in the chat?
11.
Wow, we've been at like 11 all night.
It
I
went
mean,
up, it went
it's
up to
kind of
like
a big deal because
15 and
it's,
then it's
oh,
like
I
up
say
and
they've
down.
stayed.
What's that?
So usually by 2 hours in, like we're at two people. So this is kind of
Are
a big
we? I don't know. I feel it. I don't know.
wrong.
Maybe.
Can you cut that out in case I'm wrong
I can't cut anything. We're live, Eric.
when you do the replay?
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna bother. I think I'm just gonna leave that little bit in there.
Okay. Even your beginning where you're like, oops,
Yeah,
I
why
forgot
not?
to record this.
What the heck? They want to listen, they're gonna listen.
So Jeremy, over the next 2 days, you are gonna release the next two lineups. Is
Yeah.
that the plan?
Yep. So noon. I got some work to do tomorrow just to get the announcement ready. But noon both days. I've debated on whether I'm going to do the full lineup for each day or do some of the lineup on Saturday and some of the lineup on Sunday. and then do the remainder the next day. I've been just kind of toying with some ways to kind of, get the information out there, but also have fun with it. Also build some hype and some excitement about it.
And traditionally, this sells out, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
So if people want to be involved in this, they should probably get tickets pretty quickly.
I would say people should get tickets. Last year, the 2-day passes sold out in 4 days.
Okay, yeah.
Um, we're almost at 50% sold out already of 2-day passes. Actually, technically, including the early bird 2-day passes, we're already past 50% sold out.
Did
Of
you release more 2-day passes this year like you were toying
Yeah,
with?
we did about 10% more.
Okay.
And I didn't look how much, just for our listening audience, how much is a 2-day pass?
2-day
Technically,
passes.
I guess it's
Oh,
three
I
days,
didn't look
right?
either.
It's a
That's a good
3-day
I was
question,
supposed to
pass.
say
Eric.
three, but
It's $115.
which
That
is
is
an
a great
amazing price
deal. I'm sorry.
for
That's a
close to
great deal.
30 bands, right? Give or take a few.
25 bands this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
At the very least, it'll be 25. Who knows if I get finagled into another another band or two.
And I'm trying to think the first year I went. So there is a good chance that this will probably sell out before we ever hit December, right?
Yeah, there's a good chance of that. I mean, I would expect the 2-day passes at the very least to be sold out by then. Sometimes the single day passes take a little bit longer.
How many single day passes are there? Or is that not something you want to share?
Um, there is 150 each
Okay.
of the single day.
So if you have never been to, or if you this is not Great Invest, sorry, anyway, and or you've
We
been
just
there,
call it Creative Fest. He knows that.
and buy your tickets ASAP, regardless of what out over the next 2 days, you are going to want to be there.
Yeah, I think we'll get there. I mean, I think we had a good day of sales today. I think, as the lineups are announced, people will be even more excited and are gonna grab tickets.
Hmm. I almost think you could not announce a lineup for like, please don't do this to us, but not announce the lineup till like next year, but yet it would sell out before a lineup was ever mentioned. I think that people realize that for their little over $100, they are going to get an amazing lineup every year.
I'd love that because if we did, I'd do that, and then I would take all the money and go to Mexico and not actually. I'd be living on a beach somewhere in Baja, Mexico.
Nice. So if he doesn't announce the lineup, you know he's going to Mexico. Is what we're
Yeah. If there's bands that are announced, that means I'm not leaving yet.
sure.
All right, besides Creative Fest for the local people, tell them what else is coming up at Broken Gobble. You got a ska show coming up in December. It's a big one.
Well, this weekend we have two metal shows. We have Pissing Razors, Byzantine, and Single Bullet Theory, and Black Seahorse on Saturday, and then Sunday is Gorgatron, Pyrexia, Abysmal, uh, uh, Abysmal Dawn, and Chrysian. And then a week from Saturday we have, or excuse me, a week from Sunday we have Black Flag and the Queers.
Nice.
And
I'll be
then
there that night, I think.
Are you going to that one, Jess?
Hmm.
then in December 6th, we have Planet Smashers, Must Plug Planet Smashers title holder and Joker's Republic.
Wow.
That's going to be a great night.
That should be a good show. That's selling pretty
I
well
can't
already.
wait.
And
Did I buy
also,
a ticket for that yet, Jeremy?
you
I
might
don't
want to
know.
buy
I
one.
haven't seen it.
I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did.
Hey, out of curiosity, what is, I know you have VIP tickets also for sale.
Oh, good.
What,
Good.
why should people, what do they get for VIP?
So you get access to the balcony. I mean, I personally, like, one of the reasons why I was able to watch as many sets as I did this year is because of the bleacher seating we had up there. I think the bleacher seating is awesome. It's
I do
super.
too.
It's a super easy and comfortable way to watch the bands when you're 50 years old and you have bad knees like me and don't want to stand on the concrete floor all day,
Right.
you can sit down in between bands on the bleachers, stand up. You have your own access to your own bartender upstairs. You have access to your own bathrooms upstairs. This year we're also throwing in a commemorative pint glass.
Oh
So
wow.
so all VIP packages will get a commemorative This Is Not Corey Fest 7 pint glass.
Will that be available for purchase if you don't have VIP?
Yes, it'll be available for
Okay.
purchase as well.
Okay.
Awesome.
What other kind of merch are you planning on having?
T-shirts, posters. I want to do koozies. We should definitely have koozies. So maybe some yo-yos. Yeah,
Yo-yos.
get some yo-yos printed up.
All right.
Is merch important to you as far as sales go? Like for your average band, like we have this conversation, like go to the show, buy the merch because that's how they make their money. Is buying merch an important part of what you guys do as far as supporting you?
I mean, it helps. I try not to sell too much just because I want people to spend money on the band's merch.
Sure.
The bands, they're the ones that have to, get hotel rooms or put gas in their, in their tank to get where they're going or jump on an airplane, whatever. So, we always do one or two designs, sometimes three, and the posters. The posters, I really like the posters. Those are like the commemorative keepsake things for me. Those are the ones I like the most.
And they're fun too. So if you show up and buy a poster, it gives you the opportunity to run around and try to get band members to sign your
Yeah,
poster,
of
which
course, of
becomes a
course.
whole nother adventure and a whole nother point of what
That's a
you're doing.
burrito specialty, and burrito's in the chat right now. And he asked me months ago, and I forgot to ask Jeremy if he was looking for This Is Not Creative Fest 3 poster. And I know I was looking for one in the past too, and I was like, there's
Ooh.
no more. He asked if there was a way to get the image so he could get one printed himself. I forgot about that.
I don't know if even have a PDF of it anymore. I had the hard drive that is on, right? Unfortunately died, and I want to get it. There's a bunch of other things I want to get off that drive, so I need to take it someplace to get it. And so if I can find that, I'll let them know.
There you go, burrito. That was like 6 months ago. You probably asked me.
I've been really slow on email and messages
Yeah,
and stuff
I'm,
like
I'm
that.
slow too. Oh, he asked you too?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Hmm. Well, now he's getting an answer, which is nice.
there you go. Just for you, burrito. All right, I think
Awesome.
that's it.
Cool.
So plug us, Jeremy. So give us all the details in case people, for whatever reason, are listening and have no idea what we're talking about. When is it? What's going on? Where can
So
they get tickets?
Friday, April 24th, Saturday, April 25th, and Sunday, April 26th, 2026 at Broken Goblet. 18 plus only. Doors on Friday are at 6. Doors on Saturday and Sunday are at 12 noon. You can get tickets at thisisnotcroydonfest.com or brokengoblet.com. If you go to thisisnotcroydonfest.com, it just directs you to Broken Goblet website for tickets. Uh, the lineups and the set times are being posted with that. This is something I'm really happy so far. I was able to do that. Like I've been timely with that. Like for example, at 10 this morning, tickets went up. I had that on the website, all good to go. At noon, when the lineup was announced, I had that all went live, and then the set times, what their set times are also listed. So whether I stagger it or do the full day lineups the next 2 days,
We'll find out tomorrow.
they'll all be they'll all be that. So but yeah, and then Instagram and Facebook, facebook.com/ This Is Not Croydon Fest or at This Is Not Croydon Fest.
I would add in if you have not been, I mean, if you've been to Croydon Fest, you've probably already have tickets. You know what I mean? Like if you haven't been there and are thinking about going, buy the tickets.
I
This
mean, the
is
number one thing I can say to people about that too is that like the email list alone for Croydon Fest now is at about like 1,500 people or 1,500 email addresses, and there's only 600 tickets. So,
don't
you know,
wait.
don't wait. You definitely get your tickets as soon as possible because the average person isn't buying one ticket, they're buying more than one ticket. So if there's there's 1,200, 1,300 people on the mailing list, it's going to sell out. Unless I do something really, fucked up and wrong, I don't see it not selling out. And I think this lineup is it's great in ways different than the lineups in the past have been. I think one of the strengths of it is the fact that there's so many new bands. There's some new blood, and that's a good thing because there's a lot of new bands out there that I think are worth seeing.
And
Awesome.
that's the best thing about a festival is discovering new bands, honestly. You get to
Oh,
see
for
some
sure.
great ones that you love, but you also get to discover some new ones.
I think you and that, if you didn't get a ticket and you would have missed or didn't see Girth Control last year,
Yeah.
think about that.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
or like Brunt of It. Like that they were one of my favorite sets last year too.
I
They
love
wanted
it.
to they wanted to come back. I
Was
wanted
that
to.
last year?
They played last year and the year
Yeah, yeah,
before.
they did. And the year before, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they wanted to come back, and I was like, yeah, well, I want you guys to come back because you guys are one of my favorite sets, but I got to give you guys a break because you've been 2 years in a row.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And they're and I love we the a lot of these bands, and they're amazing people, which makes it even more
Yeah, they're
enjoyable
super super rad dudes.
to see them. All
All right,
right.
let's call it quits.
That's you want to call it?
Yeah, let's call it.
Sounds good.
Do you want
Tomorrow, another announcement's coming and all the hype happens again. So
Yep.
we got to
Well,
get some rest.
wash,
all right.
wash, rinse, repeat.
Thank you, Jeremy, for joining
Yeah,
us,
thank you so
No
much for
problem,
coming
Eric and
on.
Jess.
for
I
everything you
appreciate it.
do for, I mean, Creative Fest and for our local scene because I'm so lucky to have you.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right.
All
Good
right.
night, everybody.
Good night. Get some
All right,
sleep.
guys. Yep. Take it easy.